Hi, I'm Gary Hinterberg, co-author of Online Video Marketing Deep Dive. And in today's installment, we're going to share with you our experience in using email marketing to drive traffic to your online video on a landing page. You see, we have found that there's a bit of a nuance in email marketing as it relates to pointing people to a video page. So with that in mind, let's get into some of the strategies that we have found that worked, and then we're going to share with you some results of a program that we had done for a client of ours not too long ago. The example that we're going to share with you here is for Montreat Conference Center. This happens to be a not-for-profit, and I believe that everything we're talking about here in the not-for-profit space will work very, very well no matter what your product or service is. So with all of that in mind, let's start off first of all with just a few best practices as it relates to your email. First of all, your subject line, as you know, is all important. Now, I don't know that necessarily using the word video or watch, watch this, is necessarily a strong thing that you need to do in your subject line. In fact, to be honest with you, it's not something that we happen to have tested, but we all know that email is very, very testable. There are three really important elements of the interior of the email. The headline, of course, is absolutely essential. It has to grab people going in. And secondly, the unique selling proposition or unique value proposition, whichever it is in your particular instance. And then, of course, the copy that goes in the email. You see, a little bit of copy is helpful. Actually, shorter copy than probably what you're seeing in these examples, I think really could really work very well for you as well. Of course, it's all testable. You see, what we have found works really well for us is to use text in the body of an email along with a screen grab of the video. I mean, a strategic, of course, screen grab of that video. And that is what really, I think, draws people into, into your message. And because our experience has proven that it seems to work. We have a better open rate. We have a better click-through rate than what we're seeing in other averages. And that should be a clickable link. You see, a lot of people are going to see that video and they're going to think that they can click it and it's going to play right there inside the email. Well, of course it really doesn't, but it jumps to a landing page. So that's really important to have that as a clickable link for you. Secondly, you're going to want to have a few clickable text links within your email. That's also very important for those people who don't understand that they can click that video image. Finally, make sure that you are tracking the clicks to each of those links so you can find out from your own audience what they're clicking on. Are they clicking on the video or are they clicking on the text itself? Really, a lot of it was the click to watch the testimonials from the young people who have gone to Montreat Conference Center and to hear from their hearts what was important to them. And this is the kind of thing that really draws people into your message. And it worked very, very well. Having a strong call to action, of course, is absolutely essential. You want to have a person want to watch that video. And of course, in the video itself, do what you can to make it story. Don't make it a television commercial. You know what happens with television commercials on live TV? People get up and leave the room. Have it be authentic, have it be story, have it be educational, have those kinds of messages in it that make it compelling for the person to stay with you. Now let's talk for just a moment about your landing page, because now this becomes really a moment of truth. Keep in mind that when you get to a landing page for a video, that video really needs to be the king of that page. It needs to be just really drawing you into it as the viewer who has gone there. Best practice is, of course, not to have any navigation to any other pages on there except to either a Donate Now page if you have if you're a not-for-profit, or a Buy Now page. Or maybe you have an opt-in where you want someone to opt in to receive further video, perhaps educational video from you as well. One other tip that we have found to be successful is to wait for the Donate Now button or the Buy Now button to appear synchronized with that point in the video when you're getting to that message. Now, we're going to show you here just a real quick way that we made that work. The landing page did not have any of that language on it, and then suddenly it appears. And take a look here.
It's just a great place to take a deep breath for a week. And then when you leave, you still have God with you. You can kind of let it out slowly and then start taking breaths on your own.
Montreat is my heaven on earth. It's a sacred gift for me to see how God works through Montreat and touches your lives.
And now you too can join the work that God is doing through Montreat and touch more lives. You see, without the financial support of hundreds of people who love Montreat, we would be unable to provide for life-changing experiences during summer youth conferences. And one other quick thing that I would just simply mention in the Montreat example here is that we did test different video lengths. Now, we're going to follow up in another post in the future about the length of video marketing, but I did just want to mention that that was one of the important things that we tested in this particular campaign. Now, let me share with you a little bit about the results of the fourth quarter 2011 campaign. The individuals who had been emailed this particular offer, this is the first time that they had ever been sent anything via email in any way about making a contribution toward the Montreat Conference Center. One other important thing that I would want to mention in here is a deploy of email that was done in April of 2012. Now, April is not exactly a hot time for fundraising, as anybody in the fundraising business would know. It's always the fourth quarter. But April happens to be the end of the fiscal year, and they wanted to have a good push. So they decided to see what would happen with an appeal for Montreat. So an email was deployed. It was sent to a group of people who had never been solicited in the month of April before. And here's what's amazing, is that December, of course, is the strongest month of the year for any fundraising activity. It was about 75% of the December total. Why? Probably because that email, that video, the video about the breathtaking scenery, it was almost like a travel log, almost a little bit, if you will. But in this case, there was also an ask for money. Some of you may want to see the entire video and to see the landing pages and how all of it worked. If you would like to see those, send an email and we'll get an email back to you that will have links so that you can take a look at all of these examples. Thank you for hanging in here. We hope this has been educational for you and that you've gained some knowledge about how to use email and effective landing pages to get people to watch your online video.